This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening update for Monday, October 26th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. We begin with news from the law courts, where two men were charged with murder for separate crimes. First, an eighth man is now on remand in connection with the murder of Jamal Worrell. 19-year-old Johan Lane of Tudor New Road, Grisette, St. Michael, appeared in the Oistins Magistrates Court today, charged with the shooting death of the 23-year-old Worrell on October 2nd at the Bleakney Indian Ground in St. Peter. Lane is also charged with 2 counts of endangering life and the use of a firearm. He will return to court on November 9th. Meantime, 17-year-old Kelly Giovanni Prentice of Ellis Village, St. Michael, has been charged in connection with the murder of Brinsley Warde. Prentice is the third teenager charged with Warde's stabbing death, which occurred on October 9th on John Beckles Drive in St. Michael. Nishon DeAndre Prescott of Hines Gap Halls Road, St. Michael, and Nikolai Matthew Thompson of Chatterton Road, Carrington Village, St. Michael, both 18, have also been charged. Police are yet to confirm the identity of the body of a woman which was pulled from a ravine at Halton Plantation in St. Philip last Saturday. The post-mortem was due to be carried out on the body, suspected to be that of Marcel Smith. A man is currently assisting with investigations into the disappearance of the St. Philip resident. 3 Barbadians are assisting police with the seizure of a large quantity of drugs. This after law enforcement officials intercepted a fishing boat 4 miles off Needham's Point, St. Michael, with 492 pounds of compressed cannabis on board. Investigations are continuing into yesterday's find. In other news, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite wants a universal training protocol for emergency service personnel across the region instead of each country establishing their own training facilities. Speaking during the launch of the Caribbean Association of Firefighters' 8th Biennial Conference this morning at the General Post Office in Chipside, St. Michael, Brathwaite urged firefighters in the Caribbean to follow the module of the regional security system.
The RSS model is that they try to have as many trained personnel across Barbados and the OECS. And then when training is required, they extract the personnel from wherever they are and let the personnel go into the jurisdiction in particular. So that if training is required in Grenada or St. Vincent or Barbados, and depending on the area, they know where the resources are in terms of the knowledge bank that they have built up, and they take the trainers into that particular jurisdiction. What that does is that it ensures an acceptable minimum international standard, and that's what's important.
Finance Minister Chris Sinclair is calling for a statistics portal to be implemented to help address the challenges facing that department. He says such an initiative is needed given the demand for more detailed and diversified data, which has increased significantly over the past decade. Sinclair was addressing the opening ceremony of a regional statistics seminar at UN House this morning.
Filling these gaps, however, means that we need to be far more punctilious in our approach to the collection of statistical data, the collation of that data, the dissemination and analysis, or the analysis and dissemination of that data, and who it impacts and touches over a vast expanse of publics.
Guyana's Vice President and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carl Greenidge, will pay a 3-day official visit to Barbados this week. He is expected to meet with Prime Minister Frando Stewart as well as a number of top government officials during his visit, which will also participate in the 3rd session of the Barbados-Guyana Joint Commission from October 29 to 30. Specific areas in which discussions have been made include investment and exports, tourism, hospitality and air services, agriculture and fisheries, maritime administration and marine affairs, education, immigration, and security.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
On the regional scene, Jamaica's Police High Command is reporting a 24% increase in murders since the start of the year. However, there has been a slight decrease in serious crimes. The latest crime statistics released by the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit show that between January 1 and October 24, 1,016 people were murdered compared to 822 for the same period last year. The statistics show an overall decline in serious crime by 1%. According to the figures, the St. James Police Division recorded the highest increase in murders with 178 reported cases so far for the year. And finally, the death toll mounts in Afghanistan and Pakistan following a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. More than 260 people have died, mostly in Pakistan, after the quake hit northeast of Afghanistan. At least 12 of the victims were Afghan schoolgirls who were killed in a crash as they tried to get out of their building. Some of the images may be disturbing to viewers in this BBC report.
Until the powerful earthquake hit in the northern Afghan city of Talukan. 12 schoolgirls died as they tried to escape. Others were rushed to hospital. In the eastern city of Jalalabad, people were trying to come to terms with the destruction. Hospitals were scrambling to cope with the flow of injured.
My wife died in the earthquake and my son was injured. My sister-in-law has injuries to her hand and her leg.
In neighboring Pakistan, there were similar scenes of devastation in the city of Peshawar. People who've lost their homes and loved ones. It's not just the damage, but the reach of this earthquake that has sent people in India, Pakistan and Afghanistan out on the streets in a panic. Some houses were damaged in the Afghan capital, Kabul, but there were no reports of mass casualties.
I was at home when the earthquake happened. My grandson was injured when a wall collapsed on him.
The earthquake was so strong that this news presenter had to run for cover on air as it hit.
The situation has stabilized here in Kabul and life seems to be going back to normal. Shops and restaurants have opened, but there is a real sense of fear and panic among people. Some are worried about aftershocks.
The devastation is deep and far-reaching, especially in Afghanistan's remote areas. The real challenge is to get aid to those who need it the most as fast as possible.
And that's our evening update, but for more, log on to www.barbadosstudy.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media and bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn.